So we are going to get down here at the Matthew Lovecraft Magical Medicine Show. Comic relief, everybody. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to need an assistant. Stop it.
Devin!
Oh, we have my first assistant. Yes, please, come on up here. Absolutely.
Not you.
Not you. We'll get to you.
All right. We'll get you.
Here we go. All right, how you doing? And what was your name? Was Kaija?
Rabbit works. Usagi or rabbit?
All right, Usagi. Let's have a big round of applause for Usagi or rabbit, whichever one. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Now, I have some items on the table, rabbit. I like rabbit. All right, I have some items on the table, rabbit. And I have a crystal. I have a bullet shell. I have a set of skeleton keys. And we have the poison potion, which glitters. Oh. Yeah, right? I made that. It's for you. So, here's what we're going to do, Rabbit. In a moment, I'm going to have you choose one of these 4 items. But first off, it is my job as a mentalist and a suspected psychic to read people. So, I've had a moment. You came in early. You were the first one here. So, I've had a moment to figure you out. I think I got you, man. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to take this card, and I want you to think about the item that you are going to pick. And I am going to make my prediction. Could you come down here, Ty, please? Come on around. Thank you. All right. So, look at your items. Think about your items. And once Kai gets here and takes my microphone, then I want you to look deep into my eyes. Come on around here.
Music. Beautiful.
Deeper. We must go one level deeper.
All right, Rabbit. So we have 4 items here on the table. We have the crystal. We have the bullet shell. We have the set of skeleton keys. And we have the poison potion, which glitters. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to choose one of those 4 items and tell us which item it is that you like. Ooh, the skeleton keys. That's good. I like the skeleton keys. All right, so put them down on top of the pouch there again. Now, next, we are going. I want you to do me a favor and hold up your right hand. Okay. So, let's see here. Now, in a moment, I'm going to face the audience if you could, please. I'm going to ask you to hold up any number of fingers that you like, 1 through 5, okay? But first off, I'm going to make my prediction, and I'm going to try and figure out how many fingers you will hold up. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Now, I asked you just a moment ago to hold up your right hand, and I'm going to ask you to hold up any number of fingers that you like, 1 through 5. Go ahead, Rabbit. Number 3, that's a magic number. I like that, that's a good number. So now, last but not least, we have some coins on the table. We have a silver dollar, we have a penny, and we have a quarter. Now, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to make a choice, but first off, I'm going to make my prediction. I'm going to try and figure out which one you choose. I like having an assistant. It's much better than a mic stand. All right. Can we look? All right, so we have 3 coins on the table. We have the silver dollar, we have the penny, and we have the quarter. I want you to do me a favor and choose 2 out of those 3 coins and tell us which ones they are.
I'll be selecting the penny and the quarter.
Okay, so put that in the box. Now we have 2 coins left. We have the penny and we have the quarter. I want you to do us a favor, Rabbit. I want you to choose one of those 2 and tell us which one it is.
The penny.
Okay, so I'll put that right there. So we have the quarter. We're going to put that right next to the skeleton keys. Now, here we go. I'm going to take my predictions here. Kaya, you could please. All right, Rabbit. So let's do a little review. We started off with the poison potion. We started with the crystal, the keys, and one other item on the table. Yeah, I don't know, it doesn't matter. The poison potion. Okay, so now I asked you to choose one of those 4 items. You chose the keys. Do me a favor, Rabbit. Tell everybody what that says.
I will choose the key.
All right, now, second. I asked you to hold up your right hand, choose any number of fingers that you like. You chose the number 3, right? So I want you to do me a favor and tell everybody in a loud voice, what does this say?
You will choose number 3.
All right, and last but not least, we have 1 coin left on the table. It was the quarter. And I want you to do me a favor and tell me, what does that say right there?
The quarter.
All right, let's have a big round of applause for Rabbit, everybody. Thank you very much. All right, so next, I have a little story to tell. So about 3 years ago, I went for my first psychic reading, professional reading. And beforehand, I was in the Kimono, in the boys' room, and I was getting ready. The ladies' room, I call that because there are more girls at home than boys. All right, so I was looking through, I was getting ready and everything, and I saw my grandmother's jewelry box. She had passed away about 5 years ago. And I just had this premonition that it was going to end up on the floor, knocked over. And, you know, sure, I left and did my reading, and I come back, and sure enough, the jewelry box is lying on the floor. And I bent down to pick it up, and I had this jewelry box for 2 years at that point. And I found this ring in the jewelry box, which I had never seen before. I assumed that it was my grandfather's wedding band, because my grandfather passed before my grandmother did. And I also found a piece of paper with 2 poems on it, 1 on each side. One said, God is always with you, and the other one said, I am always watching you. And I took that as a sign to begin performing and working as a psychic reader. So, now what we're going to do is I'm going to do a trick with some tarot cards for my last trick. But some people get a little uncomfortable with the tarot cards. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to use this necklace, and we're going to cast a circle of protection around us. So I want you all to concentrate on the necklace, and I want you to see the necklace moving in a circle. All right? So everybody concentrate and focus on the necklace. We're going to let it hang there. And as we all concentrate and focus, the necklace will begin to move in a circle. The more we focus, the more we concentrate, the bigger the circle gets. The bigger it gets, the more we concentrate, the more we focus, until we are casting a circle of protection around us so that no negative energy can get in. All right. That always makes me think of my grandma and grandpa. So, next, we are going to do, I want to do a ring reading. So we did come here to learn about psychic stuff, right? I see 1 ring here on this young lady. Who has more than 1 ring? Who has multiple rings on there? Oh, you do have 2?
I have 2.
Please join me on stage. What was your name again? I'm sorry. Erica. Let's have a big round of applause for Erica. Big round. Big round of applause. All right, Erica. So here's what we're going to do. Now, I want you to do me a favor. You have 2 rings there. Go ahead, if you could, and step on over here, and take those 2 rings off, yes, and set them on the table. So what we're going to do is we're going to determine what Erica's primary personality is and what her secondary personality is, or secret personality. So I want you to do us a favor and put those rings back on. Oh, where'd it go? All right. Nice. All right.
Beautiful.
So here's what I want you to do. Now, back in the olden days, the Greeks used to wear rings on their fingers to show whatever god or goddess they were paying homage to. So this is passed down through the centuries, and whatever rings we wear on whatever finger says something about our personalities. So now, first we're going to do, go ahead and hold your hand up, just so we can see the palm. So each one of the mounts on the palm represents a Greek god or goddess. Now we're going to start over here with the thumb. This is the mountain of Poseidon. Poseidon is one of only 2 gods who did not live on Mount Olympus, so it represents very independent, free spirit type personality. You see those at like festivals and, you know, like parties on the weekend, stuff like that, not at work. So next we have, let's see what we have down there. Okay, so next we're gonna start over here then. We have the pinky. The pinky is Aries, which is the god of war. So it represents conflict. Think of like the gangster with the pinky ring. Next we have, so then next we have this one, which is Aphrodite, goddess of love. So supposedly it's the only finger that has a vein that goes from the tip of the finger to the heart. Girls always know that. Boys don't. So that represents love. It can represent seeking love or working through issues in a love relationship. Now, the first one you put back on was this one right here, right? So this is primary personality, which is, that one is Zeus, which is the head god and represents dominant personalities or working through issues of dominance. Next, we have, this is my favorite. I did say this was a rated G show so that I could have Kaya here. So I might have to apologize to her parents for this one in a moment. All right. So this one here is Dionysus, which is the god of wine and party, and this is your secret personality, which shows irreverent personality. Yes. So big round of applause for Eric, everybody.
I knew you had it in you. I knew you had it in you.
All right, so next, here's what we're going to do. We are going to do a trick with an invisible deck. Now, I am a mentalist and a suspected psychic, so I don't necessarily always have props and stuff with me to be able to do magic tricks. So every once in a while, I like to use my invisible deck of cards. Now, I'm going to need a volunteer for this one. I need somebody to say, yes, thank you. Come on up, please, join us. Fantastic. Hurry up. All right, no, I'm kidding. Take your time. All right. So, what is your name?
Jay.
Jay. Let's have a big round of applause for Jay, everybody. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take my invisible deck, and I am going to split the deck up into two piles. Now, I pulled a card at random. I just kind of flipped through my cards to try to figure out. And I put that into a sealed envelope, and I stuck that sealed envelope over there by the thermometer, the thermostat. So now, what I want you to do, Jay, is I want you to, I have black cards in one hand and red cards in the other. I want you to choose either red or black and tell us which one it is.
Black.
Black? Okay, so I'll put the black right there. So we're going to take the red cards and we're going to split that up into two piles. With the red cards, we've got hearts and diamonds. All right, so I want you to do us a favor and choose either hearts or diamonds. Diamonds, okay, so I'll put the hearts here. Now, we're going to take the diamonds and split that up into two piles. We have the, we're going to do odds and evens. So I want you to choose either odds or evens, Jay.
Odds.
Odds, okay. So we're going to take the odd cards, odd diamonds, and we're going to spread them out up here. We've got, let's see what we've got. The 5 and the 7, a 3, an ace, thank you, a 9, and a king and a jack. Let me do that in order. So we have the ace, the 3, the 5, the 7, the 9, the jack, and the king. So I want you to do us a favor, Jane. I want you to choose 3 out of those 7 cards and tell us which 3 they are.
Ace, 7, and king.
The ace, the 7, so we'll go to the ace and the 7 and the king. So that leaves us with the 3, the 5, the 9, and the jack. So do us a favor and choose 3 out of those 4 cards and tell us which 3 they are. 3, the 5, and the 9. So we will get rid of the 7 and the jack. Now we have the 3, the 5, and the 9. I want you to do us a favor and choose 2 out of those 3 and tell us which ones they are.
5 and 9.
The 5 and so we go to the 5 and the 9. So we have 1 card left, which was the 3 of diamonds. I want you to do me a favor. Go over there and grab that envelope if you could, Jay. You see that right on the thermostat? Take your time. Just seriously, hurry up. I'm sorry. So go ahead, open up the envelope, tear it open, tear it open. Don't be shy, it's just an envelope, I have tons of them. All right, and then I want you to hold up that card and show it to everybody after we verify. There we go, we have the 3 of diamonds. All right, big round of applause, yes, for Jay, everybody. Thank you very much. All right, everybody, we have a very special treat for you tonight. Normally, I just stand up here and have people help me out and do entertaining magic tricks. But I have my new assistant, Kaya, here with me. Yeah, go ahead, take your time, Kaya, take your time. Just hurry up. No, that's what happens when I say that. I'm sorry, take your time. All right, so now Kaya is the daughter of the lovely people at Scoundrels Keep in the vendor's room. So let's have a big round of applause for Scoundrels Steve for letting me borrow their daughters today to help me out with my magic show and help me out at my table. All right, so Kaya is going to do a trick for us that she did this morning for me. It really impressed me. So here we go, Kaya. I want you to go ahead and take the microphone and tear it up.
So I need a volunteer that would be able to lend any amount of money. The larger the better the liking of the audience.
So we need like a $1 bill or a $5 bill, $10 bill, somebody. Anybody have one? We'll return it.
Oh.
Maybe.
Here you go.
Yes.
Don't rip me off this
He has
time.
to get paid somehow.
Right? There's 5.
Okay,
Oh, there we go. We got a 5.
okay, so we have a $5 bill.
Here, I'm gonna hold the microphone for you, Kaya. All right.
So I'm going to take the $5 bill, set it down, put the paper right on top, fold it in. Now, then I'm going to take the pen and shove it right through. And that's a nice big hole. But now, as I unfold, you see how the paper has been thoroughly pierced, but not the dollar.
Let's have a big round of applause for Kaya, everybody, right? I have my hand to make her show me how she does that trick. I love that trick. That's fantastic. That trick is old as time. Fantastic. All right, thank you very much, Kaya. All right, so speaking of tricks as old as time, we're going to do one of my magic tricks. Now, I normally do mental magic, but I was kind of inspired by Kaya's good old-fashioned magic trick. So we are going to do a trick here with the rope. I'm going to have you hold the microphone. I'm going to just kind of come out of the audience. So let's see, we got front row people. Yeah, you. Take one end, all right?
All right.
You, sir, do me a favor and take the other end there. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to cut that. And then we're going to cut this. All right, you guys hold on to those. Actually, just drop them on the floor. Throw them on the floor. I don't want to see them. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to cut that rope in half. I'm going to cut it up a little bit. Now, I learned very quickly doing this last week that you want to be careful. Take your time. Use sharp scissors. I have a big old mark on my hand. And it was a nasty one, too. We had to, like, stop the show. There was blood gushing everywhere.
Oh, lovely.
And then it occurred to me afterwards that maybe I should learn to do that on purpose. Because it would be really, really good. Sharp scissors. What did I say about sharp scissors? Alright, so here we go. Need you take your end of the rope again.
Okay.
Need you to take your end of the rope again. I want you to tap on my hand 3 times. 2, 3, go ahead and pull on the rope, boys. What? Fantastic. Thank you very much. All right, so now we are going to do a little bit of hypnotism. We're going to talk about hypnosis. Yeah, this is a new subject for me, but I am quickly becoming a huge fan. All right, so now first off, a lot of people have some misconceptions about hypnosis. There are a lot of myths. First off, people think that it's like you see in the movies or you see in television where someone looks deep in your eyes and tells you to do something that you would never do and then you go and do it. Not true. Not true at all. Second off, a lot of people think you can't hypnotize me, I'm too smart. That's not true. Actually, the smarter the better, because it takes a lot of focus. So you have to be able to focus and concentrate to be able to be hypnotized. And also, a lot of people think, you know, that you can't hypnotize me. Well, we go into trances all the time, whether it's when we're reading or we're watching television or we're driving. This is why we don't hear the door when somebody knocks or rings the doorbell. This is why we miss our turn when we're driving down the road. Next, we have People are afraid they're going to tell all of their secrets. But in fact, as I said earlier, you have to really focus when you're going through hypnosis, and so you're less likely to say something that you would not say when you are hypnotized as opposed to when you're not hypnotized. Next, people are afraid they will have amnesia, that they will forget everything. Now that is not true either. If that were true, then people who go into trances would completely forget everything. And memory is very selective. Everything is recorded in the brain, so it's just a matter of how we access that information. And last but not least, people are afraid they'll get stuck that way. But once again, as I said, yes, thank you. If that were true, there would be basements and hospitals that were filled with people who were stuck in trances and hypnosis, yes. All right. So, now, here is what we're going to do. We're going to do a few experiments. So the first experiment is called the lemon experiment. So what I want everybody in the audience to do is I want you to close your eyes, okay? Yeah, you too, dude. I can see you if you don't close your eyes. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that I'm holding a lemon in my hand. I want you to see the lemon. It's a big, yellow, ripe lemon. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to cut into that lemon. I want you to imagine me cutting a big wedge out of that lemon. Now we're going to cut that wedge and the juice is now dripping out and down through my hand. Now here's what I want everybody to do. I want you to imagine, I'm going to hand you that wedge, and I want you to imagine taking a big bite out of it. It's really sour. Imagine the sourness of the lemon. Yes, excellent, excellent. It's very sour. The juice is dripping all down your face. It's very, very sour. Now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to count to 3, and I'm going to snap my fingers, and that sour feeling will go away. 1, 2, 3, and we're all good. You can open your eyes. All right, fantastic. Thank you, everybody. I saw some good ones there. That was excellent. That was really good. You were doing pretty good there too. I like that one. That was good. That's good. That's fun. All right. So now next we are going to do another audience participation trick. So I want you all to follow along with me. I want you to put your hands up. Okay. So we're going to put our hands together like we're praying. Now I want you to put your index fingers up like this. All right. Now, in a moment, we're going to do an experiment. We're going to explore the power of suggestion and the power of imagination. What I want you all to do is I want you to imagine that one of your fingers is a magnet and one of your fingers is a piece of metal. I want you to imagine that one finger is a magnet and the other is a piece of metal. Now, I want you to really, feel them, being pulled together. I want you to feel them being pulled together. Now, in a moment, hold on, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to ask you to take your fingers and spread them apart about 1 inch, okay? And then we are going to focus and concentrate. And as we focus and concentrate, our fingers will be drawn closer and closer together until they touch. So let's all go ahead and put our fingers apart. All right, I want you to focus on those fingers. Imagine that one finger is a piece of metal and the other is a magnet. One finger is a piece of metal and the other is a magnet. And the more we concentrate, the more we focus, the closer they come together. One finger is a piece of metal and the other is a magnet. And then there we go. Fantastic, good. I like the front row. You guys are all set in the front row. We got some good ones back there. You did a good job. I like that. All right, so now that was very much about the power of suggestion. Kaya, could you do me a favor and hold the microphone forward? Step up here so you kind of hold it for me. All right, so now we are going to work on removing a thought from someone's head. So I need a volunteer for this. You cannot dress like that and come into my room and not volunteer. Or not get picked on. I don't know which it is. That is fantastic. Wow. No, I don't think so. Yeah. Hey, this is a TV show. Did I mention that? Okay. All right. What is your name? Afton? Let's have a big round of applause for Afton. Yeah. Thank you. All right. So. I'm going to step back here. Hold on, mic up so I can talk into it. All right. So Afton, now here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little thing where I'm going to have you forget the name of the card. Okay. Now. The thing with, Mary, have you ever had the experience where, here, hold the mic again for me, actually. All right, so here. Now, what we're going to do is I want you to look at your cards. I want you to memorize them. Okay, you got it?
I think so.
All right, so, and also, here, I'm going to keep my mic. All right, so I want everybody else in the audience to see the card as well. Okay? We have it? Yeah? All right.
You can do it.
So now we're going to take and we're going to put that down right there. Now, have you ever had the experience of where you see or you hear a song on the radio and you know that you know the name of the song, but you forget the song, you just can't remember it, right? So now, how about, have you ever been watching a television show or a movie, like you're flipping through channels and all of a sudden you see a movie and you know that you know the name, but you just can't remember it. So that's a little confusing sometimes. But what we're going to do is in a moment we're going to have you forget how to remember the name of that card. So we're going to use the necklace. That's right. All right, Afton. I want you to look deep into my eye. All right. Thank you. We'll talk after the show. All right. So now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to concentrate and focus on the necklace, and it's going to begin to swing back and forth. Now, I also, at the same time, want you to imagine yourself descending a set of stairs. I want you to imagine 10 stairs, okay? And I'm going to count backwards from 10 to 1. And as I count backwards, I want you to imagine yourself descending those stairs, and we're going to slowly erase the memory of that card. All right. So concentrate on the ring. As the ring begins to swing back and forth, we're going to slowly begin to forget that card. 10, 9, the color is fading away from the card. 8, 7, 6, the suit is fading away from memory. 5, 4, 3, the number is fading away. 2, the card is now blank, the memory is gone. And 1. All right, so Afton, here's what I want you to do. What did we start with? I think we started with the color of the card. No, the number. Do us a favor and tell us what was the number of the card that you had.
4.
The 4? Was it a 4, everyone? Was that right? No? 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 All right, confirmation. Do me a favor and tell us what was the suit? It was a spade. Was it a spade? Did we have a spade?
No.
No. Let's do this. Let's put back the color of the card. Do you remember that?
Black.
The black. Was it a black card, everybody?
Yeah.
Yes. We had the 7 of clubs. 7 of clubs. Big round of applause for Afton, everybody. All right. Thank you very much. All right. So I'm going to do my last trick up here by myself. I'm going to need 2 volunteers for this one. You do not get to
Do the twins. Do the
the
twins.
twins?
Yeah, the twins.
You know what, I'll do the twins.
Yes.
I will do that. I'll totally do the twins. It's your videotaping it. I'm sorry.
$10 a copy.
I'm going to remember to keep this show. I usually do this for old folks. It never gets like this. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to... could you hold the microphone? So I'm going to make 2 piles of cards. Now, it doesn't matter how many cards we put in each pile. It's not a math trick. It doesn't matter. I'm obviously not counting cards. I don't know how to count cards. I wish I knew how to count cards. If anybody knows how to count cards, we can talk after the show. You and Afton and I can get together and... All right, so now here's what we're gonna do. All right, now I know we had Emily. I think it was Erica. Erica was one of the twins. What was the other one?
Megan.
Megan. All right. I removed the memory from my mind earlier.
For shame. For shame. For shame.
All right. So I want you to do me a favor. Erica, if you could take the top card off of this pile right here. All right. And do not let me see it. And Megan, if you could take the top card off that pile. I said I was going to do a trick with some tarot cards earlier. So have you guys both saw tarot cards because they did readings. Let's have a big round of applause for these ladies for coming to my table and doing Matthew Lovecraft Craft Corner and doing some tarot readings. You should all stop by tomorrow. It is awesome. All right, so now, so you've seen the tarot card. So I want you to look on there, and you should see a word in black on your tarot card. And I want you to do me a favor and write down that word underneath your name. Okay? Now, when you're done writing down that one, hand the pen and the paper over. All right, now if you can do me a favor, and you can put your card face down on top of your pile. Was it that one? That one was yours? Okay. And then if you can do me a favor and put your card face down. Now I want you to take that and put it face down on the table, and I'm going to put the box. Okay, we'll close the box. That's a good idea. All right, so now that piece of paper there is my insurance policy. I know you a little bit, but that doesn't mean I necessarily trust you. So, yes, all right.
And you shouldn't.
And I don't. Really? You know these
I see how it is.
See how it is.
All right, so Kaya's going to help me on this one too. I want you to do me a favor, Kaya. We've got our 2 piles of cards here. I'm going to kind of move this stuff out of the way. I want you to do us a favor, Kaya, and point to one of those 2 piles of cards.
Okay.
All right, point to it. This one. You want me to put this one on top of here or this one on top of here? That one on top of there? Oh, get her. She's a go-getter. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to cut the deck. You're okay. You can sit down. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut the deck of cards and I'm going to close it. I'm going to do this a second time. I'm going to cut the cards and I'm going to close it. Now the third time, I want to do this one more time. Actually, we're going to do it 2 times since we have the twins. I want you to do me a favor. Take about half off the top and then put the bottom on the top. Thank you. And I want you to do this again. Take about half off the top. Put the bottom on the top. 2 times. All right. So here we go. Now I want you to focus on that word. I want you to see that word on the card. I want you to see it projected up in black letters on a big white wall. You got that, everybody? Okay. So, now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to flip over my cards, and I'm going to try and figure out which ones we're going with. Did I? Really?
Well, she was
You're
a
fired.
cosplay.
You're fired. Oh, I know. Why? Okay.
Well, the cosplay.
Yes. That's okay. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make 2 piles of cards. Do us a favor. Tell us. Is that your card? Big round of applause. Thank you very much. My name is Matthew Lovecraft. This is my magical medicine show. That was my magic. Now, how are we doing on time on this one now? Oh, that's about a half an hour. That's not too bad. All right. Yeah. Look at Kaya. Kaya wants to go. Just hold. Sit, please. All right. Yes, thank you. Yeah, you're going to actually the assistant. That's what you can do, Kaya. Help pick up the cards, please. Yes. Yeah, no. You're a rowdy assistant. All right. So now what we're going to do is I am going to teach you guys a trick. All right. So what I'm going to need is I need a volunteer to come up here for this one. And we're going to use 2 coins. Who do we have? Somebody raise your hand. Now I'm going to pick on you. Yeah, you? Yeah. I like it. All right, come here. All right, so let's take the quarter and the penny. I want you to stand over here if you could, please. We're going to kind of make a little room for ourselves. All right, so I want you to hold out your hands, and we're going to put the penny in one hand, and we're going to put the quarter in the other hand. I want you to close your hands around those. Now, this is a tough trick, and I do not do this because it is not an easy trick to do. Sometimes it doesn't go right, but I'll teach you how it works, and then we'll practice. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to just choose one of those coins. I want you to concentrate and focus on one of those coins. Pick whichever one you like, whether it's the quarter or the penny. All right, now I am going to turn around, and I want you to do me a favor, and I want you to take your, whichever one it is you have, if it's the quarter, hold it up to your head, If it's the penny, hold it up to your head. So I'm going to turn around, all right? So go ahead and hold that hand with whichever coin it is that you chose up to your forehead so that we can make a mind-body connection. And you can hold your other hand down to the side. Just relax. All right. So what I want you to do, what was your name, young man? I'm sorry?
It's Alex.
Alex, okay. Alex, what I need you to do is I need you to, we're gonna kind of build an image here. So I want you to, first off, imagine the size of the coin. I want you to imagine the size of the coin. If it's the quarter, imagine a big coin. If it's a penny, imagine a small coin. Okay. So have you got that?
Yep.
Okay. Now next, I want you to imagine like the ridges on the coin. The quarter has ridges on the edge. The penny is smooth on the edge. So I want you to imagine either the ridges on the edge of the coin or else the smooth edges. Do you have that?
Yep.
So next we're going to imagine the face on the coin. On the quarter, I think we have good old George Washington. And then, no, that's not right. Give me a second. What do we have on the George Washington? Thank you. Okay, I'm smart. Then on the penny we have Lincoln. So I want you to imagine that face. Have you got it?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to take those three images. I want you to take the size of the coin. I want you to take the edge of the coin and the face of the coin. I want you to melt that all into one cohesive image so that we can see the coin. All right, have you got it?
Yes.
All right, so I want you to hold your hands back out, even. Now I'm going to turn around and I'm going to try and figure out, turn your hands over. I want to try and figure out which one it was. I think that we put the penny in this hand. Was it the penny? Was that the one?
No.
No? Really? Oh, God, I hate being psychic. All right, so I'm going to show you how this works. This is why I don't do it. Yeah, this is why I don't do it in the routine, because sometimes it sucks. So what I want you to do is everybody take both your hands, all right? Now hold one down to the side and put one up. Now I tried to talk for a really long time because the whole point of this trick is that you want to hold this hand up and this hand down. Now this is a good trick to do like at parties and stuff, but you got to practice it a lot. And that's really what it comes down to. I just don't practice this trick a lot. So you hold your hand up, and you want them to hold their hand up there. I find that about a count of 15 or a lot of talking usually works. So what you do is you just hold your hand up, hold your hand up, hold your hand up until it starts to get really tired. And now what I want you to do is hold both hands out in front of you, and you can see that one hand is lighter than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, one hand is lighter because the blood is rushing away from it, and the other, the blood is. Now that one to me looked lighter, and that's why I don't do this trick. This is one of those that kind of you got to throw it up in the air and hope that it works. But that is my reveal how to be a psychic magic trick. All right, let's have a big round of applause for Alex.